Americans in this country, I suppose. We have a lot of air bases. Well, we've got two big air bases near me, American air bases. So I'm guessing there'll be some parties going on there and stuff.
Oh, it's cool.
Yeah, and obviously, like I said, I was LDS, and the majority of the LDS people, people who are in the LDS church, are American. Living over here, stuff. So
yeah, that's cool. Yeah,
yeah.
so
So
bear with me, everyone. I didn't really plan this. I just drinking my coffee. I was gonna do some stuff today, but it's like on a holiday. Like I was gonna go to the bank. Well, there's no banks open. Stuff like that. So it's like you kind of have to chill on a holiday.
Yeah. Does everywhere close or?
Well, I mean, like the stores will be open. Probably they'll probably close a few hours early, which is good. Instead of like 11, they might close at 6 or something. So you can still get your food or whatever. But which I'm glad they're closing. I just, like I said, it's kind of an excuse not to do anything because you can't. Like I said, I can't go to the bank. I can't check my mail. So I just drinking coffee and I got stuff to do, but the real stuff to do, you usually still delay it. Like I was going to work on my. I typed up some notes for a stream I'm doing with Maryland on the 6th, the Heaven's Gate cult. So I was going to retype those notes. I'm working on the same thing as you. I'm trying to be more prepared for my, because you come to these streams and I'm like, you want to be, the ones that are Q&As like this one, that's cool. But it's like, if we're doing a real stream, like talking about Heaven's Gate, I want to at least have something in front of me, which this will be the first time I'm doing that.
No, that's good. I think, like you say, I like to have something written down and be a little bit prepared. But I was kind of it was just going to be shooting the breeze. Just
this one's different, Simon. This is the holiday. It's just a Q&A. But you were the only. Well, you were more prepared than for me for the streams that we've done, and I appreciate it. So, like I said, you learn something from from everything you do. If Simon could be prepared with his notes, well, I could take notes too. You know what I mean? we all learn off each other. It's not it's not really like copying is a compliment. You know what I mean?
Well, no. I appreciate your words there. It's nice to hear. It is. It's for me. I just find it hard to to go in unprepared. I sort of find it hard to fill the time and a lot of ums and ahs and all that sort of stuff.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, our stream last Saturday. You were the one with the notes. You pretty much carried it. So like I said, if you could do it, it's cool.
Yeah, we'll do another one of them soon whenever you're ready, sort of thing.
I was thinking. I'm trying to. Oh, sorry to cut you off. I'm trying to transition because I'll eventually have to go back to work too. So I'm trying to transition my streams to either be like this the morning because my shift is same as similar to Brandy's, like second shift 2 to 10:30. So I want to start doing streams either like 11 a.m. like this one, Clearwater time, or like Saturday. Get kind of people used to my new schedule, which will be a month or two maybe.
Cool. Yeah, so I didn't like I said I didn't come prepared for this one. So maybe next time we'll talk more about
this one we're just chill. This one we'll consider this a holiday stream. We're just chilling,
Yeah, and I'm sure something could have come up on I know it's a holiday, so maybe Brandy's sort of been invited.
It could be the time zones because I had to make sure it's no one's fault, but.
No.
I had to make sure with it because like my time with hers is like an hour off. So I'm like, are we talking about Clearwater time or your time? Because she might think this starts at noon, her time,
Yeah.
That stuff happens. That's why it's starting to catch on. People are starting to say Clearwater time on. Jesus, hold on.
You're all right. You're going to go. No problem. So who have we got in the chat with? Sorry, guys. I think we've got Aaron in the chat. He's on. I think he must be on Chad's channel. Yeah. So Chad looks like his old mate. We've all got a mate like Chad, haven't we? Were you locked up in Texas before? And Miss Kim, are you in Texas still? I am. Well, I'm definitely not in Texas. Who knows where Chad is? You know, Clearwater somewhere.
Oh. Sorry about that. Doorbell ring.
No problem, mate. No
My
problem.
kids' friends, just like the old school, like, the kids, they don't have cell phones. They can't text each other.
Yeah, I might. Yeah, I've got my little girl. She's downstairs, so she might need a. You never know what's gonna happen.
This is
This
is informal. Yeah.
Yeah, I said I wouldn't be too long, but we'll see how it goes. I've just got a comment here on my channel from Lone Dinosaur. I just want to say hi. Not sure how long I can stick around today, but I hope everyone's having a nice day. Yeah, definitely Lone Dinosaur.
Yeah, definitely.
Are you from? Do you know where Lone Dinosaur American?
That I don't know. I don't know. I'm not sure about that one.
I've seen the name in the chat a lot. I say he.
Yeah.
Sure.
I don't. I'm trying to learn some of the people, but I don't know much about Lone. I know he or she is in the chat a lot. And we have talked, but I don't know. Pennsylvania.
Oh, well, there you go. Look at that. So what's the time in Pennsylvania?
It's probably the same as, if I had to guess, it's probably the same as Clearwater, probably 11:16 a.m.
Okay.
She,
it's a she, yep.
Good. All right, see, we're learning something. Every stream you learn something about something.
I will try and remember that Lone Dinosaur 13. But it does get hard, doesn't it? Some of these names, when they're not really gender specific, it's quite easy when you got like Mrs. J and stuff,
We know she's a Brit, yep. And a she, yeah. Well, I guess we'll say hi to, because we are starting to get some people in here. Hi, Miss Kim, Aaron, Veronica, Alex, Lone Dinosaur. Well, people are just waking up, it's a holiday. Like I said, for me, I couldn't do anything yet, I just I said to myself, I might as well sleep in. I can't do my, not can't, but it's just a good excuse to kick it back a little bit.
Yeah, it's nice to have a lay in sometimes, isn't it? And just to have a day where you haven't really got any plans and stuff. I had my physio this morning, so I woke up at 5 o'clock this morning, and I've been trying to get better sleep, which is a real struggle. But I did get some good sleep last night, but I think I went to bed about 11 in between 11 and midnight, and I slept until about 2. Woke up, I was awake for about an hour, 45 minutes, I think, something like that. Went back to sleep, and then I woke up at 5, and I just thought, well, I'm either going to go back to sleep now, and then probably wake up at 8 or 9. And I always feel groggy if I sort of oversleep. So I thought I'll just get up, and I got up, and so I've been up since 5. It is now 4:18, 18 minutes past 4. Yeah, so I've nearly been awake 12 hours now. I was really feeling tired about an hour or two ago, and I was thinking, oh no, how am I going to get through this? But, have a bit of caffeine and that, and I'll be fine.
Yeah, that's cool. Just so everyone knows, I didn't plan this stream, so we're just kind of chilling, hanging out on a holiday here.
Appreciate you popping in, Chad. And
no problem. We all help each other. It's good to be here. I learned something. I like seeing everyone, but I just wanted everyone to know, because like I said, my new thing is to usually, we'll just say this is a Q&A, because I'm trying to be more like Simon with my notes, guys. For anyone that just joined us, I got a stream with Marilyn in a couple days, and I'm at least trying to take some notes on it and be at least a little prepared, instead of being like that student in class when the teacher calls me and be like, oh, I hope they're not gonna ask me a question, because you want to be prepared for your own.
Yeah, I struggle if I don't have notes. It's just even if it's just bullet points to read. I think that
even if you know the subject, sometimes you blank out and you want a little something.
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah.
We've got Poet in the chat as well. Hi, Poet. How you doing?
And Juliana.
I got your email earlier, Poet. By the way, thank you.
Cool. Yeah, Juliana's here. Is that Karen? Miss Kim?
Kareen or Karen?
Yeah. Oh, Kareen. Yeah. Okay, no, you're right. Veronica, Aaron.
See, I'm seeing a lot. You're seeing more than me here, because I think most of these people are on your channel, Chad. So I'm not seeing all of them.
Yeah, loaded up my. Yeah. I mean, I don't have that many. We didn't really plan this, but still.
Yeah,
it's all good.
Well, I was a bit like,
people will watch the rerun. Like I go live in the middle of the street with no notice, and it's like if it says 0 people, that's fine. I still go on, and people will watch the rerun, and if they don't, who cares? You're having fun anyways.
yeah. I used to catch your lives quite a lot, but recently I've tried to stop watching YouTube.
Yeah.
What's happened there?
Oh, I don't know.
Has it gone black for you?
Yeah. Maybe if you can't get it back, pull yourself out for a split second and come back in. That's what I do. Thanks, Juliana.
Yeah. Okay. I'll be back in a second.
Yeah. Hey, COB. Good to see you. Good to see you, Alex. Good to see you, everyone. Miss Kim, Julie, Sophia, Mac, Poet. Like I said, I didn't plan this, guys, but it's nice to be with Simon.
I'm having a bit of trouble here, Chad.
Well, hey, Don. If you can't, as long as you could hear us, I mean, that's weird, though. I've never...
Yeah, I don't know what's going on there.
I think, you know what? On the first... I don't know if you remember, on the first telethon that happened to me. And I just...
Did it?
And it was so long, I think my camera, if I had to guess, my camera heated up.
Okay.
Hey, Brett. So I don't know if that, and I don't know what's, so on my case, I think what I did is unplugged it, plugged it back in, and then that didn't work, so I took myself out of the stream and, oh yeah, that's what Julie's saying too, so she says try leaving and entering again.
Yeah, I can't even leave the stream. It's not letting me even,
okay.
I'm pressing
the
button.
Like terminate it, yeah.
I think my buttons, I think my iPad's frozen up. But...
Okay, well, we're still on, so he'll join us back in a minute, everyone. Like I said, I didn't plan on being on. I just, he sent me an invite and I accepted. So we're just doing a Q&A and seeing it. It's a holiday anyways, guys, so I didn't do anything yet today. Banks are closed. Everything's closed except for the food store, so we're just going to take it easy today. Hopefully everyone's having a good holiday, 4th of July. Even if you don't live in the States, you can still pretend it's a holiday and take it easy. Yeah, definitely, Brett. Okay. There you go. They'll be back on. Yep.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there. That was strange. I couldn't even leave the studio. I kept pressing the button, and I actually just had to leave StreamYard at the top, just like actually cut the. But I was a bit worried it was going to cut the end of broadcast.
I know, me too. I didn't want to say that, but it worked out. If it wouldn't have been the end of the world. We're not stressing anything today. No,
that's right. But so what is everyone up to today? We've got quite a few people in the chat, I see, on your channel. So let's see what people are up to today. Anyone doing anything nice for the holidays? Going out with family, or you just having sort of a lazy one? I see we've got Poet, Batgoat. How are you doing?
Yep.
Brett Gray.
Don reminded me to bring mini chat. I forgot about mini chat. He was in the background, so I brought him up.
Oh,
people, there'll be a revolt if I don't bring mini chat out. I'll tell you that.
They'd be worried about him being, what's happening?
Yeah.
And oh, sorry, we've got Dawn in the chat. Hi, Dawn. Oh, where did I go? I don't know where I went, Dawn. I just disappeared somewhere, but I'm back now, so it's all good, I think.
You can't fight StreamYard and you can't fight YouTube yet.
I'm one of those people who's a bit of a warrior, so I'm actually a little bit worried about Brandy. Just hoping that everything's all right.
Yeah. I know.
I'm sure.
I'm hoping it's just the time zone. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, I had to. It's not her fault, but the first time, I was like, I got to make it clear because I'm not great with time zones. So I'm like, let's just go with Clearwater time. Because it was. Yeah. I have a feeling she's probably an hour. Whatever, she might think this is going on.
Yeah, she's an hour behind you, I believe. Yeah.
Something like that. It was one way or the other. So, so that's what I mean. She might think it's, and her time is like 10:24, and she's thinking 11 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
So that happens. They can't, this isn't, it's really rough with you, Simon. It's not your fault or no one's fault, but it's like, you're like if it's breakfast here, it's like dinner over there or lunch. So it's like,
Yeah.
We still make it work.
Yeah, 5 or 6 hours doesn't sound like a lot, but it really does throw you off. Yeah, it's crazy when I think, yeah, like I say, this is now, I'll be doing tea in a little while for my daughter, and you haven't even had lunch yet.
Right.
It's quite
Yeah.
And when when you guys are in there, when you guys are sort of, 9, 10 o'clock, I should be fast asleep.
It's funny because years ago you never thought you'd even, well, I wouldn't say talk to anyone from where you live, but you sure as heck, like I said, when John Poe asked me, if money was no object, what car I would have, and I was like, well, Lotus, of course. And then I find out this week you live like 10 minutes from the Lotus factory. I'm like, that is wild.
Yeah. I worked for Lotus for about 8 years. Yeah.
Oh, you did work for? Okay, I thought you. Yeah, cool.
Not for the actual the road car company. The Lotus road cars. I worked for the Formula One team. So
still, that's still good. I'm impressed. Like you said, you live right next to the factory, because for us in the U.S., it's just like, it's the other end of the world. You're never going to see the factory. That's why I said when you get better,
I live right
don't
near
give them any trouble, but
I live right near a racetrack. I live right near a racetrack called Snetterton Racetrack, and I can often hear the cars going around, all the motorbikes. I think there's actually a fatality there the other day. Actually, there's a young boy on a motorbike. I think he lost his life, which is always it's very sad. But it's a dangerous sport. Motor racing, or especially motorcycle racing, is very dangerous.
Yeah, definitely.
Have you ever had a motorbike, Chad?
No, not really. No.
Yeah, I started off on motorbikes, and you wouldn't get me on one now. I'd have a go on one, but I wouldn't have one to go about on. And it's just, they're just so dangerous.
Yeah, I agree there. Which is fine for people that want to do it, but I wouldn't go on one.
I see people riding about on motorbikes, like especially young guys and that, and they're riding about on motorbikes just with the helmet on, t-shirt, and like just a normal pair of shoes. And I'm just like, God, if you come off, man, you're really going to screw yourself. I mean, I used to wear proper boots and proper protective gear. Even on a hot day, I'd wear my jacket and my trousers, because if you come off, it's nasty.
Absolutely.
And
bad goats here.
Yeah, we got back goat. Yeah.
Yep.
I'm just going to go back and have a little look at it. I'm actually going to have a little, whilst I can, I'm going to have a little play with StreamYard if I can, Chad. So actually,
take your time.
I was looking at these banners. I didn't know exactly what these banners were, but I'm just going to press the button now and see. Right, okay. You can all see that, yeah?
That's cool.
Christianity, I was going to bring that up when Brandy wanted to talk about her, her experience in Christianity, and obviously I could have done another one like LDS or something like that. I think I can create one now, so I could create one. Let's just do one now, just quickly. It would be good to get to know how to use this all the stuff on here a little bit better.
Yeah. For me, Juliana helps with all that stuff. Gives me more time to create videos and stuff. Yeah.
So,
but it's cool. So, I like the purple.
Yeah, I picked the purple. I like that's my favorite color. So, and the one and only player, watch out.
Thanks.
We'll leave that up for a little while. But so the banners are quite good. They say here, an example of a banner, using banners to summarize your talking points and display calls to action. Yeah, I can imagine I've seen other people use them, but I've always been like, how do you do that? But,
I'm learning as I go too.
Do you like my SPTV logo?
Yeah, I do. I was going to say that I did. Yeah, that's very nice.
Yeah, it's cool,
like
isn't it?
The network is growing, man.
Oh yeah. It seems like every other week there's new channels to sort of subscribe to, and it gets a little bit crazy, doesn't it? There's no way I can watch it all now. It's got to the point now.
That's a good problem. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
I'll watch a few minutes of something, but
Yeah.
I mean, I will try to watch a whole stream if it's whatever, but definitely a good problem.
There's we're not going to talk about this, but there's been a lot of it seems to be a lot of infighting at the moment going on with some of the creators, even
Yeah.
don't really know what that's all about. Don't really want to get
same
involved.
here.
It's a shame to see, but I think hopefully they'll sort it out because it's just there's no need for it all, is there?
Right. Yeah, I know very little about it too, or I won't say on the air names or nothing, but I'm going to come to the defense of the people I know, and take a very strong stance on that without giving any names out or on anything. But
yeah,
we don't want to give the negative creators any more fuel.
No, that's
because,
right.
Yeah,
I was a bit upset actually because one of the creators I had a lot of respect for, and now it's not that I don't know. It's not. I shouldn't say that really. It's not that I don't respect them, but I'm a little bit shocked by it, to be honest with you.
Yeah, this is They want the division, Scientology or OSA or whoever.
I've just had an email of Cricket. She's saying, "How did my physio go?" I'm just gonna. I don't know if she even knows I'm live.
Take your time. Take your time.
Did you get a notification, Chad, that I was going live?
Yeah. That's why I commented before. Yep.
Cool.
Watched you over Claire Headley, by the way, Simon, because I was trying to watch her repeat.
What?
Well, she's not on live, but yeah, I was like, "Hey, Poe and the Go's here. Hey, Poe, I didn't plan on being on today, but Simon was looking a little lonely, so I joined the stream, and it's always good to see him. We're talking about Lotus. We're talking about his time working for Formula One, and so yeah, if you want to say, because Poe's in the chat, so if you want
I only just saw it. So yeah,
Poe, like I said, I threw your name out for car chat, so
I'd love to do a car chat one day. Yeah, Poe. I'll give you a brief history. I grew up. My dad's always worked in F1 motorsports. So my dad worked for Lotus F1 back in the 80s. He worked with Ayrton Senna, who was one of the greatest racers ever. There's a film made of him, Senna, which is a great film. It's Senna spelled Senna. If you haven't seen it, guys, and give it a watch. It's an amazing film. But there's another film as well, motorsport one. I can't remember the name off the top of my head, but because Senna's more like a documentary film, and it's fantastic. It's really worth a watch. Formula One, the redneck version of NASCAR. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you've got NASCAR. We have Formula One, don't we?
Poe says awesome.
That's cool. It's really good to have him in the chat.
B. Barrett's here too.
Yep. Yeah. Oh, brilliant. Yeah, it's nice to see the people.
Yeah, I said, B. Barrett just got here, so like you said, you work indirectly for Lotus in the F1, and you live 10 minutes from the Lotus factory. I just can't get over that.
Yeah. I've actually been around the Lotus test track. Yeah, I've been around the Lotus test track. When I was a kid, my dad, we used to, because my dad worked for Lotus back in the day. Obviously he on the Formula One side of things, but because they're linked, obviously it's still Lotus, So in the summertime they'd have these big Lotus barbecues, and it was so much fun. And they'd take the kids around the track and stuff. They've got a big testing track near their factory, where they test everything. And
wow,
that's really cool.
And Simon lives so close, you can actually hear the cars go by us sometimes, right?
Yeah. On a good day, you can hear when the wind's blowing. You can the wind's blowing this way. You can hear the track. It's
cool.
So we've got two tracks actually. We've got the Lotus testing track, and then we've got Snetton racetrack, which is its own racetrack, which I live again probably about 10 minutes away from. It's not far. But yeah, so my dad worked for F1 as I was growing up. When I was growing up, he worked for F1 his whole life, my whole life pretty much, and he was a composite technician, which is building the car, basically all the carbon fiber, what the car's made out of. He wasn't like an engine guy. He didn't build the engine or anything like that, but he built all the aerodynamic parts for the car, and then that's what I went into. So I sort of followed my dad really, I suppose quite a lot of people do. I always looked up to my dad, and he was like my hero growing up. We used to sit there every Saturday and Sunday and watch the races, and my dad would be like, "There, that's our car. That's the car we built," and I'd be like, couldn't get my head around it. I'll have to show you a picture one day, Chad, but I've got a Formula One rear wing in my living room that I used to have in my bedroom as a kid with all my teddy bears on it. It's an old rear wing. and I've still got it now, and that's off an old Lotus F1 car. But yeah, so then I went into it, and I was in it for 8 years until, unfortunately, Lotus sort of pulled the plug. It's a very expensive thing, F1. You know, you're spending millions and millions and millions of pounds. You know, and it can destroy. You know, companies have gone under because of it. You know, because it's so much money. You have to get investors and all that sort of stuff. And we had investors from Malaysia. So we had Tony Fernandez, who actually runs AirAsia. So he's got a lot of money. But after 8 years, he was just like, I can't keep doing this. I can't keep funding this. It was just, we weren't really getting anywhere. And that's more down to the design of the car, which, I mean, I built the car as it's designed, you know, so I just did my job. But I loved it. You know, it was great. It was a really good atmosphere. You felt like you were part of a team. And yeah, it was sad when it was over. If I wanted to go back into F1, I'd have to move down to like Oxfordshire, which is about 200 miles away, and that's just too far for me. I've got my daughter and stuff, and yeah, I can't do that. Maybe one day. You know, I'm at the moment I'm a carer for my uncle who's got severe learning difficulties, so that's what I do at the moment. I would like to get back into that one day. Definitely.
No, you're doing the right thing. That's, you know, take care of your uncle. That's what's important right now.
Yeah,
it sure sounds like you had fun back in the day working there.
We did. It was, like I say, it was a really great atmosphere, real team atmosphere. With sort of some weekends we'd have to work to get the car out, sort of thing. So it was like, can you work the weekend? So we'd work all weekend, and on our breaks we'd go up to the canteen and we'd put the TV on and watch the race, you know, and be like, we'd actually be making like a wing, because sort of Saturday you have the testing or the practice qualifying, they call it, and then Sunday would be the actual race. And sometimes during the qualifying they might smash a wing or something. So we'd get a phone call, being like, right, build a rear wing. We need it, you know, we need it by tomorrow. So we'd be like hammering this rear wing out, or just even just the tiniest little bit, you know, which has fallen off the car. We need another bit of that, you know. So we'd just work our asses off to excuse my language, you know, to get it done. But you didn't mind doing it because you loved it, you know. It was when it's a job you love, you don't mind, do you? You don't mind putting the hours in,
right?
And we were paid well, so you know you can't really say no to it. And we were treated well as well, you know. When you obviously have a lot of downtime when you're working in the motorsport industry, like winter, you don't really have that many races, so it's pretty chilled out, you know. You just sort of, we, you know, ended up sort of building stuff, you know, building stuff for yourself, and you know, things like that, making your own. I'll show you something actually. So this is part of an F1 car, part of a flute, and but I turned that into like a pen holder. So we'd
nice.
make things like, do things like that, just make ourselves things like that, you know, when on time, you know, downtime and stuff. So yeah, it was cool. It was really good.
Wow, you were really into it then. That's great.
I loved it. Yeah. So we got Cricket's in the chat now. I just got an email or a message of Cricket, and I just said I'm live at the moment, so I think she's just popped in.
Oh, nice. All right, cool.
Being a carer is such necessary work, and it is hard work. Yeah, definitely. Baron, sure. So Poe on the go, Rule Man. Thanks for being a friend. Yeah, definitely. Poe's a great guy. I love watching him. He's just got, you know what? Poe's got one of them voices that just, not in a bad way, but he's like, it's a smooth voice, you know, a really smooth voice, and it's calming. He's one of those voices that I could actually go to sleep listening to. Not that it'd make me go to sleep, but I could listen to him in the background. He's got that radio voice.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, Poe's a really good guy. He's been with me since the beginning, you know.
Yeah, I'd love to put together.
Yeah, definitely.
Poe said, "Yeah, Chad's a great friend and a good person. Definitely, I've got so much respect for Chad. He's a great guy, and it's really awesome you coming in just to help me out here, mate."
Oh, no problem at all.
I don't mind doing these lives by myself, but I normally prepare a bit more than I have, and it's a lot easier when you've got someone else just to bounce off, sort of thing.
Oh, absolutely.
I do appreciate
and then sometimes when you have too many people, it's just as hard. So, but this is great.
Yeah, definitely. Right.
Trying to
Yeah.
think what
So
else is going on. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Sorry. Yeah. Cricket's just woke up and got herself a coffee. Sorry, Mister. No, that's fine. That's fine. Cricket. Absolutely
Yeah.
fine. And back go aerodynamics is the real engineering. Crazy smart. It is actually, a lot of what an F1 car or any racing car. The aerodynamics is a very very important part of the car. I didn't design. I wasn't a designer, so I didn't design the aerodynamics. I just, we'd get given a drawing with all the measurements and the layers, how many layers they need of the carbon fiber, and you just follow that really. But I mean, we did used to sort of say we'd make a rear wing, and everything's got to be as light as possible, So we'd make one, and it has to be a certain weight, and you'd weigh it, and it'd be like bang on sort of thing. The next time we'd make that rear wing, we'd use our own initiative, and we'd be like, right, let's just, instead of overlapping it here, overlap it there, and we'd take 10 grams off it or something, which doesn't sound like a lot, but when you add that all over the car, we'd end up making the car a little bit lighter, just things like that. It was so you are given a little bit of free reign as well. Obviously, you do have to follow the drawings pretty strictly because people's lives are at risk. So,
Absolutely, that's cool. So
let's.
I don't want to go too deep because we're not in actually car talk, but maybe I don't know. Maybe we'll save this one. But that's carbon fiber. How do you shave down carbon fiber?
How do you shave it?
Yeah, you said you take a little. It's not like it's body filler to where you can sand it with.
Oh, right. Well, when you lay out carbon fiber, it's actually a material. It's like a floppy material. Like I'll actually get you. I'll have to get a piece and show you.
Yeah.
Like before it's cured. So imagine sheets of paper almost. So you're laying sheets of paper, cutting it to the right size, the shape, and you're laying it into molds. You lay it into molds.
Oh, okay.
And you do layers, and you do the layers. There's a pattern to carbon fiber you've obviously seen. You call it. You can lay it at 90 degrees or 45 degrees. So you do like one at 90, then one at 45, one at 90, one at 45 to give you the strength and the flexibility.
Wow.
And there's also different. And then once you've laid it up, you then vacuum it down. So you suck all the air out of the mold and suck all the air out of it, and then it goes into a big autoclave, which is basically an oven with pressure. So it pressurizes it and cooks it at very high temperature.
Wow, so you guys actually made the actual parts. That's really cool.
Yeah.
I could picture it now that you said it.
Yeah, it is a process.
I took when I first went to college. I took auto body or whatever they call it, collision, and back in the day, we had just cars in the U.S. were metal mostly, so we just you banged them out with hammers and filled them up with the body filler, and that was it. We didn't back. This was like maybe more than 20 years ago, so we didn't really have carbon fiber. Maybe the exotic cars had it, but especially not in the States, So that's interesting. We'll have to talk more about that on Car Chat with Pulling to Go with Simon.
It's kind of in my family as well. I've got an uncle who lives in America in LA, and he came over after the F1 team finished. He came over to America, and he actually works for the government doing secret drone stuff. The military, sorry, he works for the military making drones out of carbon fiber. So it's used in aerospace as well. A lot of like NASA stuff is now carbon fiber. I wouldn't say the whole outside of it's carbon fiber, but like maybe the seats and stuff are made out of carbon fiber.
That's
light and strong.
Cool. So we got, sorry to cut you off, Sam. We got two good questions from Pulling to Go. I'll read the second one because the first one, if you want to pull it up, that'd be cool too. Because I can't pull it up on my head. The second one, maybe read first about carbon. Okay, go to that. This one's fine too.
Oh, sorry. Where's the?
Yeah, that one, because we were talking about the carbon fiber. All right, so we'll go with that one. Either way, let's see. Yes. Simon, what are your thoughts on the push to move away from fossil fuels in racing? Personally, nothing like the sound of gas-fueled engine revving. What do you think, Simon? Yeah,
motor racing's about petrol, and that's what it should be about. I understand the move to fossil fuel, but you can't beat, like Poe says, you cannot beat the sound and the smell of a racing car. Any racing car, it doesn't have to be a Formula One. I love the smell. It's not something that I'm a big fan of. I like electric cars, don't get me wrong. I think they've definitely got their place. Like, I think probably for mass use and stuff like, for like commercial use and stuff like that, and for trains and stuff, I think definitely. I don't think if we can get away from fossil fuels as much as possible, yeah. But motor racing's not about that, and it's how many races are, it's not going to be a massive issue to the environment, in my opinion. You've got all these planes flying about that are using fuel like no one's business. How much fuel does a plane use from, a lot. So no, I love fossil fuels in that respect. So yeah, I'm with you on that one. Definitely.
Yeah, I actually I do miss this the as you guys call it, the petrol, all the stuff about it. I mean, especially because so I'm torn because I do love the electric car for daily use. I love saving the money, and I love not going to the gas station. So I think both have their place. But like you said, racing is fine for just, even if they want to have two different. But yeah, I agree with you. Yeah,
they do have an electric. They do have an electric Formula One. It's like Formula E, I think they call it Formula E. And the cars are bloody quick, but it's not my bag. It's just not my bag. I'd much rather.
Yeah, I don't think they should ever try to ban like the old school cars from being on the roads either. You know what I mean? That's kind of part of history.
No, I agree. What was the other question from Palm?
Yeah, it says. Okay, there we go. Poe Indigo says, Chad, I have a video coming out about working with carbon fiber. Like Simon says, it's pretty extensive.
Oh, cool. That's going to be fascinating. I'll tell you what, Poe. Is that going to be a live, or is that just going to be a video? If you're going to do a live and something like that, I'd be more than willing to. I can get some carbon. Well, he's obviously going to have some carbon fiber, I'm guessing. But yeah, I could definitely show you some, some techniques and stuff that we use. Again, my main tool when I was a carbon fiber technician, your main tool is a scalpel, a surgical scalpel. So think of that, Chad. You're actually it's not like you're using tools and spanners a lot of the time. You might be for opening the molds and closing them, but most of the time you've got a scalpel in your hand. You're like a doctor. You've got this sharp scalpel.
Cool.
That's what you cut the carbon fiber with before it's cured. You won't cut it after it's cured. It's solid.
I'd like to learn about it because, like I said, I went to college in the mid '90s, and it was like the Stone Age. You had hammers, you banged out the other side of the thing, and you filled it with body filler, and that was about it. If it was a big thing, you'd weld on a piece of metal and then fill it with the body filler. And so I'd like to learn more about carbon fiber. Especially in the U.S., they just started using it, I believe.
I was actually on a television program. There's a guy. I don't know whether you guys do you know Top Gear.
I've seen a little bit, yeah.
Well, Top Gear, there's a guy called Richard Hammond on there. I actually done a television program with Richard Hammond. Well, I didn't. He was filming a television program, and he came to our factory to actually, it's about carbon fiber. And then he asked, he came up to me and said, "Oh, can we do some filming with you?" So I'm actually, I've done some filming with Richard Hammond, which was really cool. He's a really cool guy. So you could actually see me on the program. I think it's Richard Hammond's Engineering Solutions or something. It's the Formula One special, so you can actually catch me on that. I'm wearing my Lotus hat and I'm in there cutting away doing my little thing. And I got to sit in his helicopter. He actually turned up at our factory in his helicopter. It was so cool. Yeah, he's a funny guy as well.
It is funny. So
Miss Kim, my hubby uses carbon fiber for knife handles. I watched him layer it, add epoxy and sand it to shape. Right then, yes. No, that's kind of more the old way of what my dad used to do. So the carbon fiber would be completely dry, and then you have to add a resin to it. But the stuff we use nowadays is called what we call pre-preg. So it's pre-impregnated with the epoxy resin. So you don't actually have to add it. You just lay it down, and when you cook it, it melts. Kind of melts, and then with the suction and the pressure, it kind of It's really cool.
It is cool.
Oh, that's cool, Miss Kim. That's a really cool thing to do, though. B Baron, my kid is a CAD drafter. What software do you use to create the parts? Again, I wasn't a designer, B Baron, so I can't tell you what software they used. Because I was just, I just built. They'd design it and I'd build it. I could probably find out for you though. Yeah, because I know some of the guys still who yeah, I could definitely probably find out for you. But yeah, I don't know what software they use, but it's gonna be like probably the best of the best, if that makes sense. Dawn's asked, oh man, I just woke up, carbon fiber. Can't we talk about cartoons or something?
Yeah, we can save some of it for car chat with Poe on the go and Simon with me.
Well, what's your favorite cartoon, Chad? What was your favorite cartoon?
Oh, when I was growing up, yeah, I don't know if you guys had it, Thundercats.
Oh my god, yeah.
Oh, I love the Thundercats.
Thundercats, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, good. All right.
Really. Yeah, I had Castle Grayskull when I was little.
Oh yeah, I remember that too.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was a little smaller. We had like the Smurfs and all that stuff too.
Smurfs. I'm just gonna take my knee brace off because I'm sitting here with my leg brace.
Yeah, take your time. I also like both. I also like Heathcliff and Garfield. Heathcliff better. Heathcliff was great.
Yeah,
he had all those. He lived in a junkyard and he had all those cars piled up, and he slept in the top car. And he always made sure his girlfriend, I think Cleo, had her tuna or whatever.
That's cool. Because I think what was I used to watch DuckTales. I used to love DuckTales, and I used to love all the Looney Tunes.
Absolutely DuckTales, yeah. And Poe says Voltron. I caught some of that, but not like every episode.
There was this program called Jace and the Wheeled Warriors, and no one seems to remember it, but I watched it. It was I think it was more like an American cartoon. I had Sky. We were the only family with Sky, and so we used to have all the all the people from the neighborhood, all the kids from the neighborhood come over to watch cartoons around mine. But I remember this one called Jace and the Wheeled Warriors, and it was so cool. Another one I remember is called Ulysses 31. And I didn't really realise, but now I look back on that, and apparently I looked up not long ago, and it was set in space, and the guy looked a bit like Jesus, the cartoon. He looked like long hair and a beard, but yeah, it's actually Greek mythology, Ulysses. Now I think about it, yeah, I think I have heard the name Ulysses. It's a Greek myth, but yeah, that was another cartoon that was like no one else has seen it. But Dawn said, "Is carbon fiber some sort of new breakfast cereal?" It sounds like it's good for you, doesn't it? A bit of carbon, get some carbon fiber into you, keeps you keeps your gut going. Yeah. Sounds like a good show, Simon and Poe, carbon fiber.
Oh, somebody back says Pink Panther. That was good too. I like Pink Panther.
Wow, yeah, Pink Panther. That was brilliant. I used to love. They used to put that on there on rainy days at school. If we couldn't go out into the playground, they put Pink Panther on. That was all. I think that's all they had.
And then, of course, the classic ones, the little older ones, but we still like Flintstones and what was the other one that went with it? The Future Show, Jetsons.
Yeah, the Jetsons is awesome.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember that. So Poe said, no, it's going to be recorded, but we can definitely do it live on Carbon Fiber. Cool. And yes, he's quite experienced with it, mostly for aeroplanes. Like, yeah, that is what it's used for a lot now. The factory that I worked at is now they make aeroplane seats. That is what they do there now, out of carbon fiber. So yeah,
that's interesting.
Love Top Gear, Grand Tour. Yeah, Poe knows. Yeah, and Richard Hammond's a funny guy, man. He is a funny guy in real life as well. I think I've got a little one near my door. I think. Is he? You right, darling?
Hello.
You right? Hang on a second. What's up,
yeah,
darling?
No, it's fine.
Okay. You right?
Yeah.
What's up?
Nothing.
Oh, you squeezed me too hard.
I love you.
Hey. Oh, bless you. I'll be down in
Bye,
a while.
Killa, Chad.
Hi. Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
I won't be long, darling. Bless her. Bless her little heart. I heard a little squeak in my door, and I was like, I think someone's there.
She's great.
She's a good girl. But yeah, so the Grand Tour. That's their new, because obviously Top Gear got cancelled because Jeremy Clarkson lost his temper with some of the executives or something. And so now they do the Grand Tour, which I love the Grand Tour as well. I think it's brilliant.
It's funny how like the kids are so funny. How she knew my name.
She knows you. Yeah, she knows you, Chad. Yeah.
It's funny
Yeah.
because my kid last week, we were in the car, and he's asking if anyone else lives, where we do, and I'm like, not really. And he's like, what about Broken Dishes? I'm like, Broken Dishes? How do you know the names of the people? He's like, oh, Broken Dishes was on one of the lives we did. I'm like, wow,
That's crazy.
yeah, I
Kids
know.
got such
Like,
memory. They've got
Yeah.
such a good memory.
yeah,
Sorry, I'm just trying to read. So I'm trying to catch up. I'm not very good with the
yeah.
chat,
It's
guys.
hard. It's hard to keep up with the chat. I'm
Uh,
gonna check on over here too.
Right, I think I'm at the bottom. No, I thought I was at the bottom then, but I'm not anywhere near the bottom. I don't think.
Yeah.
Oh, hi. Oh, here we go. I must be getting near the bottom now. Mac. Hi, Izzy. Now, I did see a comment a little while ago. Mac had said something about his dad. I think his dad or his mum suffers from something. What was? I can't
I
find
missed
it
that
now.
one.
If you can put that back in the chat, Mac. I'd like to. Right. Poe. Simon, what is your favourite supercar? Mine is 1997, 1999 Lambo Diablo. Wow, yeah.
Wow.
Lamborghinis were like, yeah, one of my. I used to have Lamborghini pictures all over my wall as a kid. They're like a dream car, aren't they? If yeah, because you could just but driving them things down normal roads is just going to be horrendous, isn't it? You know, the smallest bump or anything, you know, you're gonna feel it. They're not nice cars to drive on a track. Don't get me wrong, a Lamborghini would just be awesome. But again, like Chad, I said the other day to you, Chad, a Lotus is going to kick the arse of most Lamborghinis and Ferraris because they're just so light. They're like little go-karts. They're just so
Okay.
quick.
I just love the way they look.
Yeah. I like the old Lotus Esprit, like the
Yeah.
sort of 80s. I like more the square. I like the old square shape.
Yeah, late 70s, early 80s. This is my favorite. Yep. Just really.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind having God, my mind's gone blank now. The DeLorean. I'd like a DeLorean one day. I'll never have one. From Back to the Future. That, interestingly, was actually made by Lotus just down the road from me. My dad actually made parts for that. The first ones, you know, the first sort of prototype. But yeah, it was basically made by Lotus, the DeLorean, and you can kind of see it actually when you.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely, you could. Yep.
Beautiful car,
which was still a great car, you know.
Yeah, it's a beautiful car. I don't know what they're like to drive. Probably not that great, but just looks so cool.
They had to, at one point they had to slap something together and get it out, you know.
Yeah. So I'd probably say my favourite car. Oh, it is a really tough one. I'm not a Porsche guy, to be honest with you. Like a lot of people like their Porsche 911s and that. I mean, they're good. They're nice cars, but not my cup of tea, really. It probably would be some sort of Lamborghini, like a yellow Lambo or something. The Diablo is beautiful. I do agree. There's so many, Poe, and I'm like one of them. I do change my mind quite a bit, but I would say if I would like a really early Lotus Esprit one day, like the proper old school one, you know.
It's the same as mine then, yeah. Oh, B. Barron says it's funny that Jay Leno chooses the Lotus as a daily driver with all the choices he has.
Yeah,
that's true.
Cricket has said, this is Hammond's lovely. That's Richard Hammond from Top Gear. May is lovely. That's the other guy. But Clarkson is a word I shouldn't say in public. Yeah, Clarkson, you either love him or you hate him. I mean, I don't think I'd get on well with him if I met him, but he can be funny. And then he sort of says stuff. Then you're just like, oh, why did you have to say that? You know. He was very rude about Greta Thunberg and stuff like that. And it's just there's just no need for stuff like that. You know. I think he said she's a stupid little girl who should be at school. You know that girl. That girl done what she needed to do. You know. I think she was pretty great, to be honest with you. I think she's quite a shining example for the youth. You know. But yeah, he's a bit of you love him or hate him, really. Top Gear style, I meant. I missed your previous comment, so I don't know what that's relating to.
I don't recall either.
Nah, sorry, Backgoat. Sorry, I do apologise, guys. I'm really not great at doing two things at once. I learned everything I know about cars from Top Gear. Yeah, now I love the Grand Tour. That's Miss Kim. Yeah, so the Top Gear is a classic show. I remember that starting when I was a kid, and it was literally just a car review show where they'd drive around cars that me and you would buy, just road cars. and then it just grew and grew and grew to the point where they were just testing the newest Bugatti Veyron and stuff, and it was a great show. I loved it, and it's a shame that it got cancelled. But then, to be honest with you, the Grand Tour, I think they got like double the budget, so they've just been able to go crazy and just go all over the world. And there's been some really great episodes of the Grand Tour, definitely. Right, Mac, my dad's got ALS, and we'll take care of him. ALS. So, what is ALS? Do you know what that is, Chad?
I don't know exactly what it is, but
I'm just gonna have a look at. I'm gonna look it up quickly.
Because I can't describe it, but I don't want to misquote.
No, that's right. We want to get these things right.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you care for them. That's that's really important. And the same with my uncle. I care for him, and we do it because my mum used to do it. She used to care for him, and it got to the point. She's getting old. It's not fair on her doing it. She's worked all her life as well. So I took over from him for her, and I love him. He's my uncle.
Poe said it's Lou Gehrig's disease, if I'm correct.
Well, that doesn't really. Thanks, Poe.
Yeah,
I still don't even know. It's a rare neurological disease that affects the motor neurons. Oh, okay. Right. The spinal cord that controls voluntary muscle movement. Voluntary muscles are those we choose to move and produce movements like chewing, walking, talking. Wow. I'm sorry to hear that. It doesn't sound nice at all. That doesn't sound nice. But yeah, that's amazing that you're looking after him. Because we could have had carers go and look after my uncle, but you just can't guarantee that they're going to really do a good job. Miss Kim's binge watched all the shows a few years ago. I think she's talking about the Grand Tour or Top Gear. B Baron. It's funny that Leno chose the Lotus as a daily with all the choices he had. Yeah, I think it's just I'd go with him though. Leno's got to have whatever car he wanted. So yeah, I think if he's got a Lotus, that says something, doesn't it? You can't fit into a Lotus. Lol, full-figured gal here. I just can't fit into a Lotus, I suppose. Yeah, they're small little cars. They are very small, I have to admit. Yeah, and you're not going to get a lot of you're not going to be able to put your shopping anywhere. The guy just across from me, actually, he's got a Lotus. He's got one of the brand new ones, and it's a lovely car. It is beautiful, but there's just no room in it. There's no. I think it's 2 seats. I think it has technically got a back seat, but you wouldn't want to sit in that back seat. You'd be so cramped. I'd get freaked out. I'm a bit claustrophobic anyway. So
definitely a sharp looking car though.
Oh yeah. I'm just gonna put this up. I had a 97 that I had to rebuild. Originally gloss black and had it painted matte black, matte finish. Just looks so. Do you know what? I love matte black cars. That stealth look, like the stealth. Was it the Blackbird? The car, the aeroplane, the Blackbird. That sort of. Yeah, I love that stealthy look. I know what you're saying, Poe. I think you know what, Poe. I think we've got quite a bit in common, car-wise, definitely. Hans Christian says, "I love Clarkson." See, we've got someone who loves him. It is a love or hate thing. I think you have to take him with a pinch. I think you do have to take him with a pinch of salt. He says things to get a reaction. He's always had a newspaper column in the UK, in the Telegraph and stuff, and he'll just say stuff. He says extreme things to get a reaction, I think, and to get, to get a reaction. Miss Kim, I love Clarkson. Like the eccentric uncle you have that embarrasses you in public. That is kind of what he's like. Yeah, you'd be like, oh no, what are you saying, uncle? Like I said, you've just got to take him with a pinch of salt, really.
Yep.
I don't think I'm ever going to get to the bottom of these chats. It's good though. It's really good. It's good that you're getting this much interactions. Seems like everyone's on. I think everyone's on your channel, but that's still cool. That's wicked. Still brilliant that we got. I do thank you, Chad, for coming on, because it really does look like because even if we got the times wrong, Brandy should have been on by now.
Oh, she should have been on by now. Yeah, I don't know what happened.
Yeah, so I'm a little bit worried actually about her because normally, we've been emailing each other and stuff, and
well, yeah, we've done several streams. She's always,
Yeah, I'm just a bit worried that she's. I'm sure she is, but I'm one of those bloody worries,
Yeah, no, it's good. You're a good guy.
Oh right, okay. Cricket ALS is what Stephen Hawking had.
Oh,
Right. Well, and look how long Stephen Hawking lived though. He lived to quite a good age, didn't he? What an
yeah, I think
amazing
he
guy!
did.
What an amazing guy! That mind is just. I recently read A Brief History of Time, and half of it just made no sense to me because it's just so deep and like wow, like this guy just fought on another level. You know, I think he could. Yeah, there's not many brains like that in the world, but we owe him a lot. You know, the understanding of black holes and stuff, and it's incredible.
Yeah.
Right. Bebo, I don't know what this is about. Dawn, it means YouTube thinks it's something bad. You can show or hide the comment or leave it hide it.
She had a question about some googly gabbly something that YouTube does.
Oh, okay.
I didn't understand. I don't understand YouTube 100%.
No, I don't. YouTube's very crazy, and it doesn't make some of it just doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
Hans Christian Schwartz, he's a great guy, by the way. Hans, got a lot of respect for you, mate. I subbed on a channel called Steve Lito. He's been to Leno's garage and lived to tell about it. Wow, yeah. Carl,
I've seen that episode. That's good.
Oh, have you?
Yeah, I forgot exactly what it was, but that's Steve Lento. He's an attorney, and he wrote a book on what kind of car. I forgot what it was, and so some classic car, and Jay Leno interviewed him.
God, wouldn't you just love to spend like a day with Jay Leno? That'd be so cool.
Oh, his garage is huge. I think Poe said he had. Yeah.
How many cars has he got, Poe? Do you know, Poe, how many cars he's got now? Because I heard that he got rid of a few recently. But and Hans says, yeah, I agree. He can be highly inappropriate. I think we're talking about Clarkson again there. Poe, Simon. Oh, I didn't really. Yeah, so I've only just sort of realised this a little while ago. All you have to do is click on them. Simon, thoughts? If I had a choice, if I had my choice, Porsche or Nissan GTR, definitely Nissan. Yes. Oh, I forgot about the Nissan GTR. That was like another car when I was growing up. Was just like that car could be anything. Obviously, that's Japanese, I believe. Am I right?
Yep.
Japanese.
Yep.
Yeah, and that car when I was growing up, that was like nothing else could get near it. It was just so quick. I'm guessing it still is a bloody quick car. I was actually quite interested. I was speaking to my dad not long ago, and he said like the F1 cars nowadays aren't as fast as the F1 cars in the 80s and the early 90s. They're not actually as fast. They've slowed down because of all the restrictions on the size of the engines and stuff. They were actually quicker back in the day. So it's but I think aerodynamically they've moved on. Obviously, you know, they stick to the. There's I've been told this and I've heard it on a few programs. An F1 car, like the F1 cars we build with the front wings and the undercarriage and everything, and the rear wings. If you drove it fast enough at top speed, it'd be able to drive upside down, and it would stick to the roof. So, say you had a tunnel, you could drive it and it would just stick to the roof because of the aerodynamics. It would just. Whether that's true or not, I don't think anyone's ever tested it, but it would be. That'd be a cool thing to see. Cricket. Clarkson also did a show about, of all things, farming. Yeah, he did. It was amusing for sure, but he also shows himself to be a complete twat.
Wow.
Oh yeah, Cricket. He does. It is called Clarkson's Farm, I believe. Yeah, it is funny. I enjoyed watching it. I'll be honest with you, I did enjoy watching it, but yeah, he's a bit of a doofus. Definitely a bit of a doofus.
So Poe did answer that. Oh, sorry to cut you off.
No.
Poe did answer that one about the cars. If you can find that one, if not, I can read.
That one.
Yep.
Clay Watcher, no idea how many he has, but he had a warehouse here in Detroit with nearly 100 cars.
That's
and
cool. I never knew that.
He's probably got more than one warehouse, I'm guessing, as well. You know.
I think. Well, he's got his main one in wherever he lives, probably California. And then that sounds like an extra one.
Bloody hell. car, man. Like that's just great. You know, I mean that guy must be super. Well, he is obviously super loaded, isn't he? Like,
Yeah.
cricket. Borderline. What Stephen Hawkins lived to be 76, which was truly exceptional for a person with ALS. Which, yeah, when he was diagnosed at 21. There's a film actually that's based on his life, isn't there? Yeah, he fought it, man. He fought that disease. If it's a disease, I don't know. I'm guessing it's a cluster disease, or I don't know. Sorry if that's an offence. You know, because that can be for some people. It's not a disease, whatever. There, but no. Yeah, that guy really. You know, he proved everyone wrong, didn't he, by living that long? And
Yeah.
and you know, he might have lost the use of his body and stuff, but that mind never, you know, it was always sharp as anything. Incredible,
True.
really incredible. Hans Christian. Oh, sorry. Nissan GTR. I kind of agree with Poe there. Territorial pride notwithstanding.
Mhm.
I like that.
That's cool. Yeah, that's a nice good one.
Stephen Hawkins wrote books on cars. No, I don't think so, Han. No. Not that I'm aware of. Anyway, I could be wrong, but not that I'm aware of. Yes, Nissan is Japan. Used to be called working class man's Porsche until they saw them wipe the floor with the Porsche. Yeah, that's what I mean. Porsches they've never been my car. They've never been something I've ever been interested in. I never had pictures of them as kids. Yeah, they're all right looking, but no, I don't see the big fascination with Porsches. If you've got the money, there's lots of other cars I'd go for before I'd even think about a Porsche. Poe again. Got Hans Christian Schwartz. I hear love old Porsche, but that Nissan. Yeah, actually, Poe, the older Porsches are better looking. In my opinion, they're better looking anyway. Mac, you never know how they deal with it and what sets them off. I think we're talking about ALS again. We didn't give him certain papers in his panic, desperate moments for a reason. Okay, yeah, I don't. Bless. I'm really sorry to hear that. That's horrible. Yeah, sending all my love to you, definitely.
Yep.
John B. Aftermarket spoilers don't add power though. It's a few pounds of downforce, like putting a bottle of pop on truck. Yeah, you see these like what you call them boy racers, and they get like over here you might like a Mercedes or something, and they'll put a rear wing on it or a spoiler, and all it does is add weight to the car. It's not gonna, you're not gonna get any downforce of it, but they like the look of it, I guess.
Just so you know, too, someone is looking for your channel. If you could find it.
Right, if you want to look for my channel, I found probably I can I'll try and put a link in, but if you put in Borderline What, but then on the search you can go on settings, and if you just search channels instead of like videos, you search channels, it does actually come up, but it's not. If you just put in Borderline What, it doesn't actually come up. It's just all videos on borderline personality disorder, really. But obviously that's obviously if you type that in but put in channels, search for channels, it should come up. But let me see if I can just quick.
Yeah.
I'll just see if I can quickly find my link.
Okay, while you're doing that, I'll tell them if you want a quick way to get there and Simon will still get full credit, go on my community channel. He's got a couple videos I linked. It goes right to his channel. You can subscribe that way also.
Cheers, Chad.
And yeah, you're welcome. And B. Baron put up your link too, I believe.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So either way, there's several ways to do it.
All right, I appreciate that. Also, check out my daughter's channel. I can get that. Yeah, check out my daughter's channel if you haven't subscribed to that. Oh, I've just got a subscriber, Gina. Thank you.
Nice.
I appreciate that. Yeah, check out my daughter's channel because we do quite a bit of content on there, and she's really, she's more interested in I'm interested in growing my channel, obviously, but to me it's just, if I get subscribers, that's cool. But she's really wanting to get as many subscribers as she can, and we've been doing some videos on my channel, and she's been putting some videos on my channel, and they've been getting like 2,000 views, which is like incredible. And she's just like blown away.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I think it's the shorts and the content we do. It's like quite a popular
Yep.
thing. These these squishy things that the
The
kids are into
squishy ones
nowadays.
were good, yeah, for sure. The shorts, if you make them really short, they seem to grab onto the algorithm even faster. About 12, 16
You know what?
seconds.
It's sad in a little way, isn't it, though, Chad? Because it is because kids have not got attention spans anymore. They just
Yeah.
want the next thing, the next thing, the next
Yep.
thing. Like we used to sit and watch a film, you know, when we were kids, and we used to watch like. I don't think kids are really into that much anymore. Well, they do watch films, but I don't think they're into like cartoons, like 30-minute long cartoons and stuff. They just want to watch one little
Right.
video and then the next one. And I mean, I have to be careful, Isabel. You know, I have to sort of say, look, you've been on that too long now, and she's a good girl. She doesn't argue or anything like that. But I think it is a generational thing. Yeah,
I agree, because if you look at some of the older programs, like, you go back to like the 1970s and like you watch an old comedy show, they took their time getting to like and nowadays, like you said, you gotta get it like in seconds, or else someone's gonna slip this channel.
Yep, no, I totally agree. And it is, like I say, it is a little bit sad, really, that that's what you have to do to get views. But she's happy making them, and she's just so happy when she gets some views, or she gets a new subscriber, or she gets a comment from someone from America. She's like, wow,
Yeah,
and it is really
that's funny.
And she has been getting some lovely comments, and it's some of you guys have been absolutely fantastic. Cricket, you've left some lovely comments on our videos. Natalie Grant, I despise the stupid shorts. Oh, sorry. I guess I don't know. I
don't think she meant yours. Yours are cool.
Yeah, I know what she means, though. I do know what she means.
Yeah.
And like I was just saying, it is kind of sad because it's not. I won't let Izzy on TikTok. I won't let her on there because I've heard that I haven't even been on TikTok myself, but I've heard so much bad stuff about it, like what it does to what it can do to like young brains and stuff. It's not
okay.
I'm not willing to take the risk with that with Isabel. Definitely not. When she's a bit older, I think you have to be 12 or 14 to have an account anyway on TikTok.
Something
And with
like
YouTube,
that,
I monitor her. I monitor everything. I read every comment before she sees it. So I protect her from anything that could be potentially. Not that we've had anything bad on her channel at all. It's all been love, to be honest with you.
That's good.
So if anyone wants to subscribe to my channel, that'd be fantastic. B Barons put the link up there. I couldn't actually find the link up for but oh, brilliant. Thank you. That's so nice of you, Poe. She is a great girl. She's so fantastic. I think a lot of people, we do get a lot of comments and saying how wonderful she is and stuff. And I'd like to think she brings a little bit of happiness to someone's day. And that's the actual aim of our channel. I call it her channel. It's our channel, really. I do the editing and stuff, but it's called Planes for Kids, but it's not. That's just the name. We all know Plane is not just for kids. It's you should, the day you stop playing. That's a sad day. The day you stop playing.
True.
And Poe, he likes playing with his cars and playing with his tools. That's all good. I love that stuff. And he plays with his dog. I love
Poe's a great guy.
Roscoe is such a great dog. Simon, this is a really good point. Here we go. Poe, bang on. Simon, YouTube pushing shorts is to combat TikTok. It's a losing battle. Yeah, that is. I agree with that. That is what they're trying to do, isn't it? But yeah, it is a losing battle. I've heard TikTok is massive now. But I've heard some, and I don't want to go into it because it might sound a bit conspiratorial and all that sort of stuff. But I've heard some really bad stuff about TikTok. It's obviously not owned by America. It's owned by a different country. I'm not going to go into it. But yeah, I've just heard that it's basically designed to not do good things to developing brains. Young brains. It's not, and I'm not willing to take that risk at the moment. When she gets a bit older, she can sort of fight me. Again. She'd be, no, I'm doing what I want, Dad. But at this moment, I'm still her dad, and she's young, and I've got to, like any father, or parent, you've got to sometimes say no. Gina said, did she lose that tooth yet? No, she hasn't lost it yet. No, she hasn't. he was going on about it today that it's hurting. I think. Do you know what? The other day, I think she'd really tried to force it out. I think she'd actually really. No, it's still in. It's still hanging on. Thanks for asking.
They lose a lot of teeth at that age.
Oh yeah. I think she just wants to get out so she can get some money. I went and cosplayed to several Comic Cons with my kids. For my kids, I have no shame. Oh, Poe, I want to see some of those pictures, mate. What did you go as? Did you go Superman?
It's funny.
That's good. Cricket has said she barely understands YouTube. No way I'm going to tackle trying to understand TikTok. Yeah, that's me as well. Like, and I don't. I've never watched a TikTok video. I don't even know really. I've just heard they're really short, and it's just like one thing after the other. And I've heard it's like a dopamine. It affects the dopamine in the brain, so it's almost like you want another hit. I need another hit. I need another hit.
Yeah.
Really not good. So yeah, not. I'm not messing with that. Oh yeah. So Harms has said he wants to see some shots of that, some pictures of Poe and his Comic Con stuff.
Nice.
That'd be really fun. Yeah. Macintosh. I'm not the helicopter parent type, but the thought of a child online with comments makes me go ape crap. Is that what do you mean by that helicopter parent? What, like sort of hovering around all the time? Yeah. I kind of know what you mean. I can be like that, I guess. I think I probably can be a bit of a helicopter parent sometimes. But I let her do her own thing most of the time. But when it comes to YouTube, she doesn't watch normal YouTube. She's got YouTube Kids. The only time she watches YouTube, like what we call adult YouTube, is when I show her videos that I've put on, like that we put on her channel, made on her channel. She'll watch them, and I might show her a video that I've seen or something, or or a film. Sometimes we watch films. You can buy obviously films on YouTube now. We watched Lightyear the other day, but no, she doesn't watch what we call adult YouTube at all. It's all kids YouTube. So, but yeah, I hope I'm not a bloody helicopter parent, because that sounds quite bad, doesn't it? I don't want to be. I want her to feel like she's got her freedom, but it is hard. I think it's a different world, isn't it? We grew up in a different world to this, didn't we?
Absolutely.
My mum and dad just used to let me. It's like basically during the summer, like you'd have your breakfast, make sure you're back for lunch, and then it was like get back before it's dark, and we'd just be out playing in the fields and stuff like that, and we loved it. Miss Kim, see, this is where it's going. I'm not going to say it's conspiratorial actually, because I think it's pretty much proven. But they use TikTok for facial recognition. I've never had it. Some states are banning it. Yeah, I'm not sure how that would work. I've heard that America's getting a crackdown on it. And they're not going to do that for no reason. There's something going on there, and yeah, like I say, I'm not willing to be a guinea pig in that, and I'm not willing to let Izzy be a guinea pig either. Can't watch TikTok. My attention span is too long. Yeah, Hans, I reckon I'd be the same with like YouTube Shorts as well. I want something with some substance to it. I like watching long form podcasts. Like I'll watch 3-4 hour long podcasts. I like getting into something.
True. Same here.
Oh wow, what's this about Cenobites? Because that used to be one of my favourite films, the Hellraiser films. I used to love them. Hellboy twice, Davy Jones. A game pack. Oh, that's what you went as, one of the Cenobites from Hellraiser. Oh my good God. Poe, that would be absolutely horrific. That would be really scary. Which one did you go as? That must have been some costume, man. I'll post it on my community. Oh yeah, you've got to post on your community page. Poe, definitely, that'd be amazing. I've got to see that. Dawn's written there. My sister's kids have apps on their phones that does facial recognition and credit scores. Like, oh yeah, see, yeah, I'm not. I don't like that. I do not like the sound of that. Mac, I'm really cool about a lot and want them to have the freedom I had, but not online where it's forever. Yeah. I hope you guys don't think that I'm sort of irresponsible by letting my daughter make have her own channel, and well, I call it her channel. It is our channel. I hope you guys don't think it's irresponsible of me doing that. We don't put anything on there that's yeah. I mean, I'd like to have some comments actually about that. Whether you think I'm doing the wrong thing there. I hope not. But I'd be honest, guys. I'd really, I do like honesty. So that'd be cool if you could let me know. Yeah, I've got some comments there which I do agree with. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh my God! So Poe went as the chatterer. That's like one of the scariest ones, man.
Oh,
That
wow.
is so cool. I want to see that. I really do want to see it.
That's funny.
Poe again. I had an amazing time because my kids loved it. Yeah, that's what it's all about, man.
Yep.
Cricket. I don't think it's irresponsible at all because I know how closely you watch it and protect her. Yeah, exactly. So she isn't. Yeah, that's what I think as well. I wouldn't just let her just go crazy and make her own videos and post them and stuff because obviously she could get herself into trouble, or it's a crazy world out there. But she's wanted it for so long. She's been going on about it for so long. So we just started making little videos, and it's just like days out. The first ones we done were like days out to cool places and stuff. So
yeah, that's good.
What was that one? Lord, yes. If I had social media when I was young, yeah. She's not on Facebook or anything like that. It's just we just make our videos.
Very good.
Macintosh, you supervise, and they got to learn to navigate reality and online as part of it today. Yeah, that's kind of what I think as well. She's going to get to the point where that is part of life. It is what they grow up with now. So I think I'm kind of teaching her what's appropriate and what's not, and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, thank you. I appreciate the comments, guys. Yeah, we've got some good comments.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna have to be going in a minute, Chad, because it is getting near our dinner time. It's been an hour and a half now, and it's been This was
fun.
sort of what I was aiming at, about an hour and a half. That was kind of what I was aiming at anyway. I think I think when it came up a little while ago, I think that's what she was getting at then. I think she kind of wants some grub soon. So
I might get some lunch going too.
So if anyone's got any comments that they want to, or any questions or anything they want to ask before we go, get them in. Obviously, like I said, this was meant to be a live with Brandy, so we were going to talk about, we were just going to sort of just have a good chat anyway. But we were probably going to go into religion and stuff like that, and we haven't today, and I haven't talked about anything, any of my issues really, my disorder, which I said I was going to talk more about. But we've just had a nice little relaxing chat, and Chad's been kind enough to join me, and I really, really appreciate that, because I don't think I'd have been able to last an hour and a half by myself. Just
anytime, Simon.
I wouldn't have had all these viewers neither, so it'd just been me talking to myself pretty much. I think, maybe cricket.
Yeah, you got to start somewhere,
Yeah, definitely.
Your channel's growing nicely though. It takes time.
Yeah, no, I'm happy. I'm not. It's not about numbers for me. It's just about me having somewhere to talk, and if I can help people, or if people can, don't get me wrong. This is not just a one-way thing. You guys help me so much. I've gained in confidence doing this as well, which I really needed that. So, and you guys have been amazing. So, hang on, I've got a good one here. Thoughts on the Ford GT? Do you know what? I think it's a fantastic looking car. Makes a great sound. I think it's a really cool car, personally, Poe. What are your thoughts on it, Poe? Because I would say, that's a pretty damn cool car. B Baron, I think it's great you have a channel with Isabel. She'll remember it. Yeah, that's exactly that's what I think. It's like I want that to be a nice memory, when she's older, that we've done something like that together. And it has brought us. We were close anyway. I'm not going to say it brought us closer together, but it's just something that's that we love to do together, And it's lovely to see her face. Like I say, when she even just one comment on a video, she's happy. So yeah, guys, if you can get over to her channel and just like have a little watch. You don't have to watch the shorts if they're not your thing. But we've got a video on there of Westow, which is about 10 minutes long. But you can have a look around Westow, which is the oldest village in the oldest Anglo-Saxon village in England. So it's very, very old. Yeah, there's some there's some cool stuff.
I don't think I even seen that. We'll have to check it out. Yeah,
check it out, Chad. It's a good little video. And Izzy does a wonderful job being a presenter, almost like being a presenter. She's really good.
Nice.
Amazingly wide for a supercar, but handles exceptionally, and it's fast. Yeah, it is great. It's a really big car. Like, to me, a Ford GT is kind of like the epitome of like an American, what we think of American cars. Big, beefy, hunks of metal. And I love it. I love that sort of car. I love American cars. I do like the old American cars as well. So you definitely have I think you definitely have better styling than some of the European cars. A lot of the European cars can look the same. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'd love to, like I say, I would love to do a live with you guys one day talking about cars, because I think we could.
I think Paul said it was a go.
Yeah,
I forgot when all my dates are. He does the scheduling for that. That's his show, but I forgot because we do so much, But yeah, sounds like you're going to be in that show for sure. Yeah.
Yay! Yeah, that'd be awesome. I'd be so excited for that. Definitely. Yeah, just say when and I'll make it happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got to save some for the live. Yeah,
that's true. Right. That's true. 100%. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll end up not having anything to talk about.
Yeah, but, I mean, we're winding down now anyways.
I'll make sure when we do the car talk as well. There's plenty of things I've got in my home and stuff that I could get to show you guys and stuff. That some like motorsport memorabilia and stuff. I've got some cool stuff to show you, definitely. But I think we'll say we're ended up now, Chad. If that's all right.
That's fine with me. We'll get some lunch.
Miss Kim has just said it will help her later with public speaking in high school. I hated giving speeches. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. That's so true. Definitely. Mac, we found Dad's favourite chocolate that supports a good store. Double win. Oh, okay, cool. Nice. Nice one. Yeah, it's always good to support. I don't know if it's a local store or whatever, but we always say try and support your local businesses as much as possible. Yeah, definitely. Well, guys, I'd like to just say thank you all for viewing, for dropping by and watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I think you did. There's been loads of amazing comments and good questions and stuff. So thank you all for being here, and thanks, Chad, as well for.
Oh, you're welcome.
Anytime. You're a good man, Chad.
Thanks. You too, Simon. It was nice seeing everyone too.
Definitely, and happy Independence Day to you all. Have a good rest of your day. Our day is now, it's 5:30 now, so it's getting a little bit later in the day, but you guys have still got the rest of the day to go. So have a great rest of your day. You too, Chad. Hope you have a great day, and
you too.
I'll see you all soon. Thanks a lot.